Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where this is a very bizarro Ottoman screen. This is what I see when I load up the game. I've not moved the camera at all. It's exciting. It is very red. I like it. So that is, of course, the Bizarro Ottomans, and we need to come down over this way and start working on doing some conquest. But we do have a small problem, and that is specifically our vassal limit. Now, we're currently at 59 out of 60. I actually expected to see 60 out of 60 here. That's a good sign. But if we go into our culture here, we can see reverence for veterans will be established in 9 years. We're going to have bombards in 2 years here. So let's go ahead and start ticking forward here. I think are we going to have more factionalism? I'm trying to decide when I want to go back to expansion. I think that we're not really going to have substantial factionalism for a bit here. We're still on absolute crown authority, so no problem there. No, I have no need for your help. It's too expensive. Okay, that sword gets destroyed. Sure. We do need a new marshal, and it'll be this gentleman here. Our realm priest is not really endorsing us. Let's put our sister-in-law in. She's much happier with us, and she is also much better at the job. She is fully, or not quite fully endorsing us, actually. A diplomacy lifestyle perk, we can take that. 500 gold, and we would be the host. That's not our dynasty, is it? No, that is our dynasty. Yeah. We'll take the 50 renown, thanks. Cool. So I do want to bribe her. There we go. And now she fully endorses us. And that'll pay for itself in like 3 months. So no real problem there. Excellent. And we'll hop in over here. I don't think we have any constructions to do. We won't, anyway, until we have some of these things done. Cranes, machicolations, royal armory, things like that. Those need to get finished up. Bombards will be done in 21 months. I feel like we're fairly well established at this point. I guess we could demand payment from this guy. But I do want to start working on getting some of this territory over here. How are we doing on our CBs over here? We don't have forced vassalage yet. Okay. Well, this is all looking fine. This guy is an intricate web weaver. That's fine. I don't really care that much at this point. This spouse is awkward. But she is skill 22 stewardship, so she's fine. No problem there. She's just unlanded. Yeah, this seems fine. I think we're going to wait at this point for bombards to come in. Once bombards come in, we'll be able to do this super quickly, and that'll give us some time to work our way down towards forced vassalage as well. So that'll be good. Why bother? Armenian is clearly superior. I don't even know what language we were talking about, but Armenian is clearly superior. Now, Roman Greece is basically fully surrounded by us at this point, and I would like to go after them. Out of curiosity... Okay, that's a lot of things that are getting destroyed. We should probably take a look at our... Ooh, we're not wielding a weapon. Okay, let's sort by, like, rarity here. Enemy fatal casualties is fine. Ooh, magnificent lustrous scale armor. Do it. And we do have some regalia as well. This trinket should probably be repaired. Although, this is what? The small religious carving? I feel like the Bengali treaties are better here. I mean, they'll still need to be repaired. That'll do. Okay, let's check in on our court real quick while we're waiting. I want to do this while unpaused. And yeah, none of these need repairs. So our court, whoa, it faded out and back in. I've seen that before in Crusader Kings when you're in here and it's unpaused. Yeah, I think that happens when the month tick happens. And it's because the people who are, well, it's actually not the month tick, but it happens periodically. And I think it's because the people who are in the court change. They definitely change pose when it fades out and back in. But I think that's indicative of people entering and leaving the court. Hasn't happened for a while now. Sure. Okay, well, we'll hop out of there for now. Increased military presence, and this popped up. Okay. Flattering, if somewhat violating. So our court grandeur is currently level 10. Wonderful. We're going to have our majesty focus done fairly soon here. So we're going to need another point after that one. And our bombards are going to be done very, very soon. What do we want to go for after bombards? Honestly, probably machicolations is what we'd go for. And then we'd want to have royal armory and cranes done fairly soon after. Unfortunately, this is being exposed, Ermine Cloaks. It's not great. Like, it's really, really not great. I really don't care about this. I wish that that was not the exposure, but there's nothing we can do about that. That is random. We'll grab Ducal Conquest here, and we'll continue to proceed on forward. We're going to be going back to war very soon here. Sure, show in the king. There we go. Child of our dynasty. Don't really care about that, but that's fine. 7 months on bombards. That's what we care about right now. We're going to be having those very shortly. We're rather large. There's no doubt about that. And we're going to get larger. That's for sure. We're just taking a very brief pause here from Conquest. We are going back to it, and very soon. So bombards are going to be done here in 4 months. And right now, that's all we're waiting on. We're not going to have forced vassalization, so it's going to be maybe a little bit awkward. Wait, we can do Holy War for Kingdoms, can't we? Yeah, we can, and we could subjugate too, potentially. So, like, Bjarmeland? That'd be a terrible Holy War for Kingdom. Okay. We could go out perhaps over here. Of course, our level of faith is too low. We'd need to bring that up. In fact, we could work on that by going on a pilgrimage. And that might not be a bad thing to do. We'll go on a very long pilgrimage. It is time to depart. Cool. Oh, right. Convert to local culture. We were working on getting these back to Armenian. Awkward. There's bombards done. We'll bring some locals in. That's fine. And let's go ahead and disband our trebuchets here. That is not a trebuchet. There we go. That's a trebuchet. And we will get bombards. So we'll get those in. And we will, of course, need to bump those up to maximum size. That is fairly expensive, but we will now allow them time to regenerate. They won't take very long, just a couple of months there. Cool. And it automatically focused standing armies. I don't think that's what we want. Let's go in here and check. Standing armies, I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. Standing armies is absolutely something that we want. But I think it's not a right now thing, is my point. So we're going to go, I think, for machicolations so that we can upgrade our castles. That'll be probably for the best. And I would also very much like to attack these guys over here. We're, at this point, just waiting on getting our bombards ready to go. They're going to be done very soon. It is good to be home. We are home from our pilgrimage. Okay, so we have over 100 bombards at this point. We're going to have 260 total bombards. And that's wonderful. That betrothal was fulfilled. That's fine. And yeah, I want to focus on this for the time being. And then we'll probably focus on taking over Africa. And then we'll focus on taking over this mess. If we have enough time. If we have enough time. This guy's demanding an artifact. I decline. We could sell trivial titles and extort subjects. I mean, I don't know that I'm too interested in doing that right now. We've got plenty of cash. So I think we're okay on that front. We don't need to do it. I'm willing to declare this, but these de jure duchies are awful. And ducal conquests aren't great either. So there's that too. Yes, I accept that ransom. How long until we get forced vassalage? 2 years. I don't think I want to wait that long. Maybe we wait to attack this guy, and we go after, like, this guy. No, that's a terrible claim. We could definitely go after this guy. He's just a single county. So that's good. We could subjugate her. That's a terrible subjugation, though. So we'll just do a count claim. What about this lady over here? We could do a ducal conquest or a holy war for county, and that's the better way to do that. We could holy war for this duchy over here. That would get us 3 counties. That looks good. And then we can call that good for now, and then we can come after these guys once we have forced vassalization CVs. So we can raise up our troops over here. This is maybe a little bit greedy to raise them here. We'll raise our men-at-arms here. Will we need anything other than our men-at-arms? Probably not. I'll raise a few extra just for a siege force. We'll gain some gold here. And this is more than enough. Cool. And we'll get our bombards split off, along with a bit of a siege force, and these guys will come on down, as will these guys, and we expect this war to be over very quickly. Great. So as soon as these guys are stack wiped, we'll head on over here. They will be stack wiped very quickly indeed. There we go, 50% there, and this siege might even be done before we leave this county. It actually is. That's hilarious. We'll get going here, and that will, of course, be an enforced demand. We'll hand this on out, like so. This guy will need to be handed out eventually. We are currently at 60 out of 60 vassals, so it's a bit of an issue, but we're going to have legalistic in 5 years, so I'm not too concerned about vassal limit right now. And this war is already over. So we will enforce those demands as well. That was a county claim that moved in for the count. So we don't need to hand anything out there. We are 1 vassal over a limit, though, which surprises me a little bit. Did this guy get moved into being our vassal? Or I guess so. We'll just grant him over here. That won't be a problem. Cool. So there's a lot to grab over here. And that does go all the way down over here. This is a very large county, but there's very little in it. So that's fine. There we go. There's a stack wipe. These guys can come down here and begin a slow siege for the time being. I don't know where this army is. They might make their way up this way, I suppose, but I don't really care if they do. That would be completely fine. I'm not concerned. So, of course, this war is over. That was a holy war, so we'll need to hand that title out. That would go to this guy. Wonderful. That puts us above our vassal limit, of course, and this is a kingdom here, so we'll grant that there. Wonderful. So we're just getting some cleanup done over here. No problem. And this siege will wrap up very soon. We'll come down this way and start a slow siege, but we'll probably have this done before we are present there. Yeah, so we're just going to keep walking. There we go. Court Grandeur drops down to level 9. That's fine. I don't really care that much. And this siege is going very quickly as well. Bombards are so powerful. They really, really are. There we go. And we'll head down over here. I have no idea where their troops actually are. But that's fine. As soon as we arrive here, we will head on out and take over that siege. And once again, the bombards are just so good. They are just incredibly good. So we're 37% war score right now. And eventually we're going to have to find our way into here. Now, they're in another war. Okay. That's fine. They can do that. Sure, I accept your concubine. It doesn't really matter. We're not too concerned about that right now. We'll group these together. And we'll just head down over this way once that's done. There we go. 116 gold to embark. I don't care about that. That's a month's income with our troops raised. So that'll be just fine. After we're done with this war, we will probably wait on forced vassalization. We're very close for that. And... oh, all the way over here. Okay. I was just like, where's the castle? But it's actually their capital. This is their capital county. We'll park here for the moment. And then I'd like to go after this force. This castle will fall very quickly. Are they just going to chill in their capital? It looks like they're going to try to do a last stand there. Fair enough. So we'll head in over here, and defeating this force should, in theory, end the war. Yep, as expected. So we'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. At this point, we of course need to hand out this territory. So this will be granted out to nobles of the Armenian culture. And then we're going to need the duchy title. So that's the Duchy of Oman, which we'll create here. And that goes de jure right here. So we'll grant that in to the Principality of Oman. And then that should move into like this kingdom. Like so. Okay, no problem there. Now we'll wait for forced vassalization. We're very, very close to that. That's going to be done in like 3 days. Okay, so that'll be ready very soon. Technically, that was longer than 3 days, but whenever the next tick is. There's the perk. And we'll grab forced vassalage. Wonderful. I do want to check in on legalism. 4 years still. Okay. Matriculations is 12 years out. Ermine Cloaks is 4 years. Okay. That sounds good. So, we're going to want to start declaring some of these. Forced vassalization here. Forced vassalization here. For now, that's all we're going to do. Because these others, yes, we have a border over here with this guy. But actually, I doubt we can forced vassalize this guy, can we? No, he has too many counties. So we're going to wait until we have access to this county here. And then we'll be able to force vassalize all 3 of these as well. And that'll get us over into here. We could go for this guy, I suppose. That is a thing we could do. This is his capital up here. I think we'll fight him separately. So we're going to raise up our troops in exactly the same spot, actually. Raise all of these guys on up. He has decided not to march out this way. Probably a good call on his part. And we're going to head in over here. 14k troops will be sufficient. He's going to siege over here. Questionable. But if that's what he wants to do, we'll allow it. So, we are going to grab our bombards and our levy troops. Put in a siege commander here and take the rest of these and go stack wipe his army. His capital will fall very, very quickly here. There it goes. And we're already at 50% war score. This will honestly probably end this war. Yep, there we go. So we will enforce those demands. He is now our vassal. These guys are going to head down over here. And these are going to head this way. They'll arrive here eventually. We've got 5 months until we get there. That's about when they finish this siege, but I don't really care that much. They can siege that if they want. We are above our vassal limit. This is a king. We can actually just grant over this count. That's fine. He can have that. Cool. And we're going to have no vassal limit issues for a while here soon. So when you combine the siege ticks in here, they're probably going to get this done before we arrive. It's actually still very similar. They might... yeah, I thought that they might cancel their siege. And they're going to stop running here. They're just going to stand in the desert mountains. That is, I mean, that's about the best defensive terrain they're going to get. But this battle is still not going to go in their favor. This is not going to be good for them at all. That could even easily stack wipe. It did not, but it could have. Well, they're probably retreating back to their capital, if I had to guess. So we are currently at 55% war score. They're actually retreating back over this way. Oh, this is weird. Okay, that's enough of that. There we go. That is quite enough of that dance. And we actually captured him. So that war is over. We'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. This is a duchy level realm, so we're going to actually hand that into this guy. There you go, buddy. You're a lot more powerful now. He's very angry at us, but we're not shocked about that. We're not shocked about that in the slightest. We're going to declare war on this guy next with a forced vassalization CB. Actually, he holds too many counties, so we're going to have to take a bite out of him first. We'll do a de jure duchy, and that is actually not this over here. We would need to do like a holy war for duchy. That's a single county. This would be 3 counties. If we did this, we could almost certainly forced vassalize him. He's probably only 1 county too many, if I had to guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they can only be 9 counties or less, I think. It doesn't actually say how many, but he holds 10 counties. So I'm assuming that it has to be less than 10 counties to forcefully vassalize him. So that would be a next war sort of thing. We could also take his capital county, but I would like to do a bit of cleanup over here. This emirate, I think, is the one to go for. He has 10k troops there. That's kind of big, actually. We'll go ahead and raise up our men-at-arms and some levy troops. Counselor left court. Okay. Well, we accidentally raised 40k, and we'll just head on in here. He's going to lose this battle. That's something that happened. What are these? Just halfway decent in terms of men-at-arms, I guess. What are his men-at-arms that he... Oh, he had myrmidons. Yeah, that's going to inflate his numbers without really inflating his power very much. Understood. So we're going to split off our siege forces, of course. And they'll come down over here with a siege commander. And the rest of our troops, I suspect he's retreating all the way up here. We'll see. But we're going to get these very, very quickly. Now, I did just see we got a new court chaplain. This guy is fine. He likes us a lot. So no problem there. That is wonderful. These guys actually disbanded. Okay, cool. Died of natural causes at 55. Well, now. That was unexpected. We do need to make the Bizarro Ottomans be our primary title. There we go. And we are unmarried, or rather our heir is unmarried. We should go for probably a stewardship wife, although she is rather old. We'll go with this one. There we go. And we're, of course, going to need a new council. You do not fully endorse us. We're just going to send you a gift. Actually, we could replace her. Our mother would be a good person to put in that position for now. And our vassal and best friend. We're not going to put him in. We're going to put this guy in instead for his skill. Our vassal. Okay, this guy would actually be a good one to put in for opinion. This guy would as well. And spy master. Not our best friend. We're going to put in this lady instead. There we go. So we're above our domain limit. We have no lifestyle chosen. We're going to have to go back into the diplomacy tree here. It seems like every time we get the forced vassalage, CB, we just instantly die. But we're going to go again. And this war is still ongoing. We are going to need to hand out some titles unless we're on assist ruler. Okay, manage domain. No titles need to be handed out. That's perfect. Did we ever get Baku back? Yes, we did. Okay. Fantastic. Well, we'll finish up this particular war here. I do expect that we're going to have some pretty major factionalism here. Let's let that update, and we'll see what this ends up looking like. Yeah, that's fairly expected. The Liberty faction isn't too scary right now. The Independence faction is likely to fire. So can we just negotiate with any of these? It is very possible. Yes, we can just negotiate with this guy. Any others? I don't want to request a claim. Let's see. Probably not any of these is my guess, but we did manage to get one out of there. So that's a good sign. How many children do we have is the next question. Not that many, and we don't have many people available to be concubines. Okay. Well, we'll head down over this way. I would like to turn around, actually. How are these sieges going? We're going to wrap up here, and we'll head up over to K-Bar. Sure. Okay, so this faction, this is shaking out to be not too bad. Yeah, not too bad at all. We just need to deal with, like, this guy here. He's got a daughter. We've got multiple sons, so this is doable. What strength was he? He was 14.3%. So that's not going to make this go away. But that's fine. Interesting that they've cornered themselves on this peninsula here. I'm not sure why they've decided to do that. But sure. We're going to get this siege done over here. And they were stack wiped there. We can head up and start slow sieging their capital in Jerusalem. That'll be fine. We are above our vassal limit, but that faction hasn't returned yet. I do expect that it will. Yeah, there it goes. So this guy would be the one that we'd need to get out of there. We have another son, so this is fine. And we have another son beyond that. Cool. Let's get out of this war. Now we have ticking war score, and we're going to head up to Jerusalem. We'll be there in 3 months. Not too bad at all. It is about time to put a cut in here, but I'm going to wait until after this war is done. I want to have that completely done. And we're going to have to deal with this factionalism for a bit here, but this really isn't looking too bad. I think this is super manageable. I really, really do. Especially once we're out of this war. So yeah, I'm not concerned about that, but we'll mostly deal with that in the next episode. This siege will end the war, and that will be absolutely great. So we will go ahead and enforce our demands, and we'll need to hand those titles out, but that is something that I will also do in the next episode. You can leave your... Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this, and then we'll hand out the vassals in the next episode. There we go. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, JJ Gamer, Spartan News, Rose Valentine, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.